King Solomon is a name etched in history. His legacy has transcended time, making him one of the most iconic figures in ancient law. He is renowned for his wisdom, a wisdom that has been celebrated in countless stories and texts. The Bible speaks of his unparalleled understanding and judgment, often highlighting his ability to discern the truth in the most challenging situations. He could unravel the most complex riddles, solving enigmas that left others baffled. His decisions were sought after by people from far and wide, making his court a hub of wisdom and justice. Yet Solomon's life was not without its complexities. His wisdom was often overshadowed by the intricacies of his personal life. Alongside his famed wisdom, he is also known for having a multitude of wives and concubines, a fact that has intrigued historians and scholars alike. The Bible tells us Solomon had 700 wives and 300 concubines, a staggering number that speaks volumes about his era and status. This is a staggering number, even for ancient times, and it raises many questions about his motivations and the societal norms of his time. It raises questions about the man behind the wisdom. What drove him to make such choices? How could someone so wise make such a seemingly excessive choice? Was it a strategic move or a personal indulgence? To understand Solomon's motivations, we must journey back to his time, exploring the world he lived in. We must delve into the political and cultural landscape of ancient Israel, a land rich in history and tradition. Only then can we begin to grasp the reasons behind his many marriages, which were often tied to political alliances and cultural practices. Solomon's story is a tapestry woven from wisdom and folly, obedience and transgression, a complex narrative that continues to captivate us. By examining the threads of his life, we can glean insights into the human condition, the allure of power, and the enduring importance of faith. His life serves as a mirror, reflecting the timeless struggles and triumphs of humanity. In ancient Israel, marriage was not merely a personal affair. It was deeply intertwined with the social and political fabric of the time. It was a strategic tool, a means of forging alliances and securing peace. Marriages were often arranged to strengthen ties between powerful families and neighbouring tribes. Royal weddings were grand affairs, often orchestrated to solidify relationships between kingdoms. These events were not just celebrations, but significant political manoeuvres. Solomon, as the ruler of Israel, inherited this tradition. His reign saw numerous marriages, each serving a distinct political purpose. His many marriages, while seemingly excessive by today's standards, were in line with the political practices of his era. They were essential for maintaining and expanding his influence. Each wife, particularly those of royal lineage, represented a bond with another nation. These unions were carefully planned to ensure mutual benefits. These alliances brought stability to Israel. They helped to prevent conflicts and fostered a sense of unity among diverse groups. They fostered trade and cultural exchange. The flow of goods, ideas and traditions enriched the kingdom, making it a hub of activity and prosperity. Solomon's reign was marked by peace and prosperity, a testament to the effectiveness of his marriage alliances. The kingdom flourished under his rule. However, these political marriages came at a personal cost. The complexities of managing such a vast network of relationships were immense. Managing a vast harem with wives from diverse backgrounds and beliefs was no easy feat. It required constant attention and diplomacy. Solomon's heart, though initially drawn to God, began to waver under the influence of his foreign wives. The introduction of their customs and deities led to internal conflicts and challenges to his faith. Solomon's wives and concubines played distinct roles within his court. His wives, often princesses from other kingdoms, held a higher status. They were instrumental in maintaining diplomatic ties and ensuring peaceful relations. Their sons were potential heirs to the throne, further solidifying political alliances. Concubines, while of lower status, were also significant. They expanded the royal lineage and strengthened Solomon's influence within his own kingdom. Their presence showcased his wealth and power, reflecting the customs of the time. However, this intricate web of relationships was not without its challenges. The presence of so many wives, each with their own beliefs and customs, created a melting pot of religious practices within Solomon's court. While initially a testament to his power and influence, it eventually became a source of temptation and a catalyst for his downfall. The Bible is clear in its stance on polygamy, particularly for kings. It emphasizes the importance of a king's devotion to God and warns against the distractions that multiple wives can bring. Deuteronomy 17:17 warns kings against accumulating many wives, stating that their hearts may be led astray. The fear was that these wives, often from foreign lands, would introduce their own gods and practices, leading the king away from the true worship of God. The accumulation of wealth and possessions, including wives, was seen as a potential snare, a distraction from God's commands. Kings were expected to lead by example, showing restraint and devotion. Solomon, despite his wisdom, succumbed to this temptation. His many marriages to foreign women led him to compromise his faith. Solomon, despite his wisdom, succumbed to this temptation. His many marriages to foreign women led him to compromise his faith. His heart, once devoted to God, began to waver under the influence of his foreign wives. They brought their gods and rituals into his life. He built temples and offered sacrifices to their gods, a direct violation of God's commandments. This disobedience marked a turning point in Solomon's reign. His actions were not just personal failings, but had national repercussions. This disobedience marked a turning point in Solomon's reign. His actions, driven by a desire to please his wives and maintain his vast kingdom, led him down a path of idolatry, a grave sin in the eyes of God. The consequences of his actions would have a lasting impact. Not only on his life, but on the future of Israel. His kingdom, once united and strong, began to fracture. Not only on his life, but on the future of Israel. His kingdom, once united and strong, began to fracture. The seeds of division were sown, leading to a divided kingdom after his death. Solomon's turning away from God did not go unpunished. His once prosperous kingdom began to crumble. Internal strife and discontent arose, fueled by his extravagant lifestyle and the religious disharmony within his court. After his death, the kingdom of Israel, once united under his rule, was divided. This division was a direct consequence of his disobedience, a stark reminder of the price of straying from God's path. Solomon's story serves as a cautionary tale, highlighting the dangers of compromising one's faith for worldly gain. It reminds us that even the wisest among us are susceptible to temptation, and that true wisdom lies in obedience to God. Though separated by millennia, Solomon's story continues to resonate in the modern world. It teaches us that power, wealth, and even wisdom are fleeting if not grounded in faith and obedience to a higher purpose. Solomon's life is a testament to the enduring human struggle between our desires and our commitment to something greater than ourselves. It highlights the importance of surrounding ourselves with influences that strengthen our faith rather than leading us astray. His story also serves as a reminder that our choices have consequences, not only for ourselves but for generations to come. It encourages us to consider the legacy we are building through our actions and to strive to leave a positive impact on the world. If you found this video useful, please share your experiences in the comments below and subscribe to our channel. Also, don't go just yet though, watch the next video on your screen.